Today I'm probably going to show you the weirdest redstone contraption you've ever seen. Sweet. Officially, it's been way too long since I've updated versions. At the beginning of this year, I was in 1.8, and it is now June as of the release of this video, and it's 1.8 still. So today my goal is to get out of 1.8. Okay, there's still some very small things we gotta kind of tie up here, like this iron golem that is affected by knockback. Haha! So any iron golem spawned before 15W45A would be knocked back. Careful with the ones that are spawned by villagers. So another thing I want to do is storage, and to do that we're going to need a lot of quartz for comparators, because there is a really cool item filter that uses unobtainables to work. So all we need to do is run some cross-world commands, which is a very cheaty exploit that allows you to run commands in any world, or you can just use any method to get overstacked unstackables. So in each of these chests, we have some overstacked unstackables, and this is what we need to make these item filters actually work. Okay, so say we want to filter some TNT, right? So we have our filter item here. Then we're going to have our overstacked non-stackables, and then we're going to have 2 non-stackables and then 62 of some other item. So this is how the filters are set up. This may be crazy, but check this out. If we look at this, press F3, this is at power 14, and as soon as we put one of these in there, it gets let through. So that's perfect, exactly how these item filters work. And yeah, so without this, and say we just put, you know, another non-stackable in there, for example, and then we put something in, not gonna work, not gonna work, not gonna work. Even if we put the full stack in here with the filter set up how it is, it's not gonna work. And just so you know, to show you what would happen, if we do have the full stack here, it does let one item through, but then that would be a pretty bad filter because it was just gonna let one item through at a time, which would be very slow. So what we really want to do is we want to have the overstacked items, and that will let the items through how we want them. That's just how it works. So basically the same as a normal item filter, but I thought it was really interesting because it uses this to set up the filter. Now, real quick before I build a bunch of these up, I do want to mention that this isn't like the best item filter you can be creating, especially in the modern game. So if you're in like a later version, this is a no-go. Don't do this. But I thought it was an interesting thing to showcase anyways. So let's go up to that big old thing above me, and we'll build it up there. So as I was building up this storage system, I realized how finicky the item filters are going to be, just because of how much items have to go into each filter themselves. So I don't think we're going to be doing this for the entire storage system, but it's at least cool to show off here. I got a lot of hose. All right, so these filters are a pain to set up, not gonna lie, but I think it's super cool just to show off. Yeah. So this item filter was brought to my attention by Adam Shadow from the Prototech community, and I think it's still really, really funny how interesting old storage tech is, because this used to be like apparently one of the better storage tech devices. Definitely don't build this anymore. So I've only got these 4 actually fully set up. I have the spruce wood, oak wood, and then here I have acacia, and here I have birch. Nothing has been filtered through yet. But yeah, pretty cool. I do need to do the other side as well, and then I think we'll call it good. However, the elytra is coming up soon, guys. Soon. 15W41A. We're not too far away. It's so close I can feel it, but not yet. So I don't really want to start using this system until we actually have the elytra, because it's so hard to get up here. I've opted for the ladder of shame. So to finish this storage system, I went to the ice biome and got some packed ice, and then I went to the nether and gathered up all that quartz I needed to finish the other side. And then I think we're going to be ready to finally update to 1.9. 1.9, or at least some snapshots of it. Okay, so this is coming together quite nicely. This wing here should filter 48 different items, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if we say make the same size thing on all 4 different sides, that's 192 different items that we can filter, and I don't think we're really going to need to filter more than that in a single player world, because like certain items we're just not going to filter, like stone, dirt, and gravel. That's all going to be bulk storage that we'll do below this or something. So there's a lot of extra room here, I think, but it will be really nice to have stuff finally sorted out. And as you can see, I've put in these ice pathways, which are going to help us distribute all the items above. And if I quickly go up here, oops, you can see kind of how it works. A lot of these I don't have set up, but these ones I have items in here. That side I don't. But as we get elytra and it can start like coming in here, we should be good to go. Yeah, I built it up here thinking I was gonna like have elytra a lot sooner, and then I realized there's still quite a few different things we gotta do. So this is gonna be kind of paused where it is for now, and we can finally make good on the promise I made at the beginning of the episode, updating to 1.9. Alright, so there's something pretty cool about this, is now in the saves menu you can get something amazing. Are you guys ready? We have an icon for our world. Ah, nice. Okay. In the last episode where we got these big giants here, I got a few suggestions about how to keep them loaded so we could see them all the time, and I got a suggestion to put chunk loaders underneath these guys. So I really want to try that. I'm not quite sure what type of chunk loader tech there is, so I'm going to quickly do some research into that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so looking into chunk loaders, basically what you do is you take hoppers and have them face into a chunk and then make a line starting from your spawn chunks and go to where you want them to. That's the basis of it. So before I do that, I just want to know if you guys think that's something you want to see me do. This will, of course, break in a later version, but it will last for a while, and it will mean that we can see the giants from wherever we are, which could be a really cool thing. At least I think that's how it will work, but I'm not positive. It could just be a rendering thing. Let me know in the comments. But the other thing I wanted to quickly touch on is the museum. So a lot of people I've seen in comments, not necessarily last episode, but in general, really enjoy the museum, and I kind of do, kind of don't, but I would like to try to at least make it work. So what I would like to do is I would like to open up the floodgates. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, I want to see your guys' ideas for taking what I have here and making it a building. So currently, as of now, if we go inside, we have a few restrictions. We have this room here, we have this stuff over here, and we have, you know, it's pretty boring. But if you download the world that I provide in the description, you can get access to what it's like now, and you can go crazy on it. If you can build a building that goes to these edges here, and you know, you can move everything inside here around however you want to, the winner of this contest, I'm going to build a statue of their Minecraft skin over in this ocean in front of the museum. That's the way I'm going to do it. If you guys want to see that, if you guys want to, you know, try and make the museum look good, I'll build it, I promise. Anyways, I think that's pretty much going to be it for today's episode. We finally made it to 1.9, and if you guys are really smart, you may know what the next unobtainable is. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is my little end of episode chat, and it's actually going to be about the end of episode chats. Do you guys want to see these still? I've been doing them for most episodes of Unobtained in this season just as a filler because I've been putting a lot more effort into the editing side of things. So what used to be a 20-minute episode that I made in season 2 is more like 5 minutes of this series. So it's a lot more fast-paced, so I'm trying to just help with that and make these episodes slightly longer by including some more, you know, one-on-one sort of what's up, how are you doing, questions, you know, just talking. Anyways, do you guys like this sort of chat? And if not, what would you like to see instead? Let me know I read all the comments, I promise.